Good morning, everyone. In this video, we will be looking into some Ubuntu commands. As we discussed already, we list the files and folders. Ls will list the files and folders. When you have ls-l, it will list the files and folders, but you will have a long list of files and folders. What do you mean by long list? You can see the difference. Here, there is a folder degree. The same folder is listed, but there is a long list. This long list has many details. So there are certain permissions for the user, group, or the owner, and who is the user, who is the group, who is the owner, and the time, the size of the file or a folder, and the time it was created, the date and time. Okay, so that the long list of files and folders are shown in ls minus l. Okay, so here this is the user privileges. Privilege means the permissions for the file and folder given to the user or a group or the the owner of the file. Okay, so here this command we already discussed in one of the previous lab, but just I will go back again. This D means, can you see here the first letter here is D. D means it's a directory. So degree is a directory. The next one, desktop, is also a directory. You see D here. So documents, downloads, etc. So there is DD. So D means this is a directory. And after D, you have certain kind of letters. What does it mean is here R means read. So what does it mean R? When you say R, first of all, before going to the R, we just group them into category so that you will have idea. So the 3 after D, 3 characters for each group of user. Okay, each type of user. Okay, so the after D, the first 3 character here in this example. Sorry, here in this example, RWX. This first 3 characters are the file or folder permission for the owner. Okay, and middle 3 character are for the file permission or folder permission for a group of people to whom the file belongs. Okay, and the last 3 characters X here in this example, X-R, this one R and then hyphen and then X. So these 3 tells you the permission, the file or folder permission for all other users. Okay, so one is the owner and one is the user, then middle one is the user, and the last one is every others. Okay, all other. So this is the 3 groups of people and permissions for the 3 groups of people. And what is this letters R, W, X represents? R means it is a read permission. So that is the presence or absence of the permission to read or copy a file. Okay. So maybe it can be an R, it can be a dash. Okay. And W means write permission. That is the permission to change the file. Okay, you have a permission to change. You can update the content or delete the file. Okay, and then the X means execute. Okay, execute. That is the meaning of execute permission. X means the user has user access the file and we can read the file. Okay, so in the directory provided you have the read permission. Okay, then W means you may delete the file or you may move the file or you may change the file content, whatever is it. R allows only for the listing the files in the directory. So in case if it is a directory, here it is. So here R is for the directory, degree is a directory. So what you can do with the R permission with this directory, you can list the content of the file. So what you can do with the W, write with the directory, you can delete a file in the directory, you can move a file in the directory. Okay. and X here, execute directory. What does it mean? Execute permission for directory. You can access the files in the directory. You may read in the directory, whatever. So that's the idea. So there are access right for the files and for the folders. Here in this screen, I list only the folders. I don't have any files, so you won't see any files here. So all are directories. Okay. For directory means the folders. So access rights on the file RWX. R means I'm talking about the files. Permission for the files. R means read permission. W means write permission. And X means execute permission. Okay. And access rights on the directories, the folders. R means it allows the user to list the files in the directory. W means it allows the user to delete a file in the directory or move files into the directory. X means internally it's execute, but for directory, what is X? X means you may read files in the directory or you can access the files in the directory. Okay, so that's the idea of these letters RWX. Okay. Okay. Just a second. Okay. Now let's move on to, in case if you want to change the access rights. Okay, let's go back to the same output, same listing. So let's go back to the same listing. Here you see degree, desktop, documents, etc. These are the folders and these are the permissions. So in case if you want to change the permission to a folder or a file, you can do so. Okay, how to do it? We can use a command called chmod. That's the command we are going to use. Okay. Okay, let me write it. Chmod is change mode, or you can call it change the permission, whatever. Okay. Yeah. Chmod. Let's say I would like to change for a folder. So maybe for all, the A means all. Okay, in the lab manual, I uploaded the exercise where what does it mean, A, etc. I mentioned. So I'm going to give permission to all the user. A means all the users. Plus means I'm going to add permission. Plus means add permission. What permission I want to give for all user? Read and write permission. For which folder or which file? Let me do it videos, or let me go with videos. Okay. Okay, so this is the change mode. What I did for all the users: owner, user, other user. Okay, these are the three group of users. I gave the permission, I add permission, read and write. Because for the video, you can see here, this user do not have write permission. And the user doesn't have write permission. Only the owner has the right permission. Now I gave the permission, read and write. Let me try to see the thing. Okay, can you see here the difference? Can you see here? Previously videos, this is the folder video, This directory, the permission for the access rights are here. It's a directory. The first three character tell you owner permission. Owner has read, write, execute. User has read and execute. Others has read and execute. Now I change the permission. I gave all the users a certain permission. What is the certain permission? Write and read. So let's look into the changes. When you see changes, can you see the changes here? Everyone has read write permission with execute. Execute was there already, so you don't have to worry about the execute. Okay, just check the read and write, it's there. Okay, you see the difference between the two, previously and after I change the permissions. Okay, and now I did this permission with the help of, like, I use some alphabets, A plus R W, something like that. You can do the same thing without having the letters, with some other technique, another way of doing, a shortcut way of doing, changing the permissions. What you do before doing that, let me list all so that we can compare. Okay, what I'm going to do is, in the Word, in the Word document, or no, PDF document of the lab exercise, I uploaded the lab 5. When you check it, there is table that in page number 4. There is a table. That table tells you the numbers with the permissions. Okay. So what was the permission I wanted to give for video folder? Read write for every user. Okay, so the value, the integer representation of read write is 6. So let's see, change mode, and then just a second. Change mode. For all user, I want to give read write. So 6 means read write. So 6 for one user, another 6 another user, another 6 for another user. Which folder I want to give? Video. Videos already I gave. Just go for music. So for music folder, the permission is 666. The meaning of 6 is read write permission. Okay, let's try to see the output. Yeah, music is here. Where is the music? Yeah. Previously, this is the music. It has what permission? Read, write, execute for the user. Fine. Now, execute and read for the others. Execute and read for the users. Now, what is the change? I told you I want to give only read, write permission. So this is the one and only read, write permission. Can you get the idea? So read write for the owner, read write for the user, read write for the others. So do you see the difference between the two? Okay, so each number has a different meaning. 6 means read write. 7 means read write execute. Let's try with the same music. Okay, change mode. 777. 7 means read write. Okay, if you want to have everything, it will be harder. Let's mix it up. 7 means read write execute. All 3 permission for the owner. Maybe read only for 4 means read only for the user, and 0 means no other. Which one? You go with the music. So 7 means all permission, like read, write, execute. 4 means only read permission. 0 means no read, no write, no execute. For which folder? Music. Let's try to see how does it look like. Where is the music? Music is here. Can you see? Yeah, this is the music. The last user, which is other has no permission. So it's all dash, dash, dash. And the user, I gave 0 for the other. And I gave 4 for the user. 4 means what? Read only. So you see R only. R dash dash. Here is it. Can you see? R and dash dash. And the owner has 7. 7 means read, write, execute. RWX. Fine. So that's about the how to change permission to the file and also for the folder. I'm doing for the folder. You can do the same thing for the files. Okay, you can do the same thing. Either you do with the alphabets. R means read, W means write, X means execute, and some other alphabets you can use. Plus means add permission. A means for all users, something like that. Another technique, shortcut way is this using numbers. I'm using numbers. Okay, each number has a meaning. 0 to 7 are there. 0 means no, 1 means some meaning, 2 means something. Okay, there are something. It's there in page number 4 of the lab 5 exercise. Okay, so this is about what is user permission, access mode, and how to change the access modes. Okay, so access mode is over. How to change the permission is also over. Okay, now let's move on to like for example, you have some okay, you already kind of used some commands. If you want to know the previous command, you press the upward key or downward key. So this is up, I'm pressing the upward key, it goes to my previous commands. Downward key, it goes to the next commands, whatever I used in the current session. Okay, sometimes you may want to have a history of all your commands. What are the commands I used now in the current session? What Ubuntu commands were used? So what you do, I want to have a history of it. So you try to use the nano command. Okay, so just a second. So let's try to, just a second. So we will try to have the history of all those commands. Okay. So let's try history and then leave one space. I'm going to have the history. I'm going to save whatever commands I used in the current session in a file. So use the redirection symbol. You already know we used it in the cat. We used it in the sort commands. This is what you call redirection. So let me write name of the file, mylog.txt. This is the name of the file. So you will, what this command did, this command created a file called mylog.txt. And what is the content of this file? The history of all commands what you used in the current session. So if you want to know what is the content, you know the cat command. Use the cat command to list the content of the file. So can you see here what is the content of the file? Listing clear, ch mode. This is the one we used just a few minutes ago. All the content is there. The content is this I used in the current session. So that is the content. Moreover, when you list, you will see the mylog.txt. It's there, mylog.txt. Can you see here? So this is the text file. I just created it, and above the content of the file is above. Okay. Now you want to remove some lines, or you want to create something. You want to play with the content. I want to change the content. What is the content of the file? Cat and then mylog.txt. When I say it, it shows the content. And here I have list clear. The clear is there every time, is it? I want to remove that clear. So I want to update or do some changes in the content. Use the nano and then name of the file, mylog.txt. Nano will open the editor. Nano here will open the nano editor. So in the text editor, you can able to it's a nano text editor. You know, in Windows you have a notepad, a word pad, and even the Word document. You know, they are all the editor. So here nano and the file name will open the editor, and in the editor you can able to modify. Okay, so let's try to see. Just hold on a second. Can you see it opens the editor? This is the nano editor. Okay, so this is the text, this is the name of the file I open, and this is the version of the editor is see 4.8. This is the version of the editor. Now you can go inside the content, and if you want to remove something, okay, delete it, and whatever you want to do. Here down here, can you see you have some kind of quick shortcut keys are there, like Control and X will exit from the nano editor, Control and R will read file, Control and W is where is, Control and K for cut the text, and Control U for paste text, or etc etc. You have many things. So if you want to find a particular word, so Control and W, capital W, Control and capital W, it will search, it will find something in the document. Okay, I want to search clear. Okay, wide uppercase clear. So press enter, it will show the clear. So here is the clear, and it doesn't show anything. Okay, and if you want to play with the, for example, if you want to remove something or add something, you can do whatever you want to do in this text file. Okay, so here down here, you will see all those things. Okay, replace a particular phrase, you press Control and backslash. So you can able to replace something with something. Fine. And cut, copy, paste also here. Not copy paste, cut and paste. Okay, and justify, it's you have justify, Control and capital J, that is to justify. Can you see here justification? It's all up and down, it moves up and down, something like that. Okay, so let me go out, how to go out. Okay, anyways, this nano editor, I'm going to use it in the next lab 6. I'm going to use the nano editor in full-fledged. We are going to write a program. So now let's go out by pressing Control and X. Okay, when you press Control X, it saves. Save the modified buffer. When you have to press Y to save it. If you do not want to save, press N. Control K, C for the cancel. Can you see down here? It's all written. So I don't want to save it. I'm going to press no. So it doesn't save. It comes out of the editor. So, okay. So now what you learned? You have learned the history command, which takes all the commands what you have used in the current session, and it directs to the text file. So we used the history. Okay. So let me clear. Small case, not uppercase clear. Okay, so let's continue with some more commands for like, for example, if you would like to have you are having a file, maybe you want to find some patterns in the file, something like that, or you want to have print some kind of in the files, you want to find some certain files, like the files starting from A, something like that. Let's say if I press ls, it will list everything, is it? So it lists the files and directories in the folder. I don't want to list all, I just want to list only the text files, or I want to list only something, a file starting from mine. So you have something to do with pattern. So that we will see now. Let me clear the screen. We will see the files and then we will go into the listing. Afterwards, we'll go into the listing. So let me create a file and then we will try to see the patterns. Okay. So let's create a file. You know, we already studied cat command. Okay, just a second. We already saw cat and you saw the redirection symbol, and then we saw file, for example, file1.txt, and it will ask you what should be the content. Then you type the content. Let me write the fruits name: orange, apple, banana, maybe, or I don't, maybe kiwi. What else? Okay, that's it. So let me create a file. So let's have my file is like having all the fruit names. This is one way of creating a file. Another way is you have a command called echo and okay, for example, there are two ways to use it. Echo with the file1.txt, it will show the file name. Okay, that's fine, no problem. When you have echo with the content means, let's say for example, all the courses, maybe computer science, MIS, business, ID, mechanical, civil, engineering, English. Okay, and I gave many things. Okay, so these are the contents. I want to put it in a file. So I use a redirection symbol greater than, and maybe let me call it file2.txt. So I created file1 using cat command, and now I created the file2 using echo command. Let me try to see what is the content of file2.txt. It contains computer science, MIS, etc., etc. So now there are two ways to create a file. You can use echo or you can use the cat. That's not a problem. So now let's try to see patterns or something. Okay. I want to, okay, let me clear the screen first. So let's go with the file one. So what is the content of file1.txt? So let's try to find the word melon in this document. File1.txt contains certain fruit names. So I want to know, do I have melon in this document? Okay. So it will, I want to know, is it there or where it is, in which line number? Okay. So let me write the command, which is E and then grep. E and then grep. And what I want to know melon. Put it in a single quotation. And in which file I'm going to search. The file name is file1.txt. Sorry, txt. E grep, and then what is the name of the file? Melon. And then what is the name of the, sorry, what is the name of the phrase? I want to search melon. And what is the file name? Which is file1.txt. Okay, can you see here? So the line, this is the line which contains the word melon. Okay, if you have more than one, it will list all those things. Okay, for example, an, for example, grep, an is the phrase. I have more than one occurrence. Okay, orange, there is an. Banana, also there is an. Two times, banana, two times. So it will list all the occurrences. So you will see that occurrence in a particular color, different color. So this is, if you want to know occurrence of a pattern in a file, a particular file. You have a file. Do you want to know the occurrence of a pattern, like occurrence of a particular phrase in a file? Then use egrep. Okay, and if you want to know which line number has the pattern, you can use in the egrep -n. It will show the line number also, because in the previous output it doesn't show the line number. It shows the line with a different color. Red color means the occurrence, okay, the presence of the pattern. Okay, but now I want to know the line number, in which line number it appears. So -n, and as usual, what do you want to know? I want to know the occurrence of melon, and maybe the file is file1.txt. So I think there is file1.txt. No, there is no melon. M should be a capital letter. Remember, uppercase, lowercase is a problem. There is no melon with small case. Yeah, melon, M is the capital letter. So here, line number 5 and watermelon. Melon is in red color. Line number 5 contains the matching phrase. So let's do the same thing for the AN. Egrep -n. The pattern is AN and file1.txt. So here 2 lines, line number 1, line number 3. So the output, can you see the output? Line number 1, line number 3. Okay, fine. This is another thing. So for example, here in the second exercise, AN, the phrase AN, it appears like in orange, in banana. So I just want the count only. I don't want the line number. I don't want the line contains this. I just want to have the count. So in that case, use egrep and then -c, C for count, N for line number. Okay, number of the line. And what is the phrase? AN, uppercase, lowercase, it matters. Okay, text. So here what does it do? It is now telling you how many lines has this occurrence. How many lines? There are 2 lines has this occurrence, AN. So 2, it displays 2. Okay, C for counting. Counting how many lines matches with the phrase. So this is the idea. Let's assume that we still have many more in the lab 3 document, sorry, lab 5 document, in page number 6 to 7, page number 7, you have another table. That table has many expressions what you can use with the egrep. Okay, for example, sometimes you want to have the identify a line where you have the vowels. Vowels means, you know, in English you call vowels A, E, I, O, U. So in which lines you have these vowels, and at least the line should have minimum 2 matching vowels. Okay, A, E, I, O, U, minimum 2. Okay, so let's see the egrep. So what I'm going to search, I'm going to search for vowels, which is A, E, I, O, U, anything, not necessary to be all, any of this, maybe A only, or E only, or I only, or O only, or A and E one, or A, U only, something like that. Okay, any of this. So I give the set. So any of these characters, A, E, I, O, U, or kind of anything or altogether, whatever is it. But I'm going to display only, okay, don't close the quotation. Minimum 2, a line should have minimum 2, comma, maximum anything. So I don't write anything, so I just close it. If you want to have maximum 5, you can write 5. So I'm not going to write 5. Let me write it anything. So I don't write anything after comma. Minimum and maximum. So a line should have minimum 2 of these vowels, or maximum at the most any number. Okay. So close the phrase. And which file? File1.txt. Okay. So this is one type of using the Irregular expressions, minimum 2. I have minimum 2. Let me do it again. So let me put a maximum, for example, 5. If I don't have, you won't see it. Okay, let me change the pattern so that we will see something. It's not egrep, it's not giving the output for this. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see one more. This square is not coming, but anyway. So let's see egrep. Egrep with for example, I want to have some character, maybe n, and next afterwards, okay, I want to have a line with the alphabet n, and after the alphabet, okay, so here I'm using certain things, alphabet n and the dot. What does it mean, dot? Dot means a single character. Okay, so after that I need to have one single character. Okay, so it means to say after n I'm having one single character, and the proceeding character matches one or more times. So that means a plus. So let's try to have this pattern in file1.txt. Okay, so what does it mean is you need to have one character which is n. Matching character is n. After n, you can have plus, means any number of characters. So plus is any number of character. So let's use the same thing without plus. Okay, when you say without plus, so yes, it's the orange and banana, because banana you have n a, after n one character. Okay, so this is the idea. Presence of the character n, alphabet n, presence of the alphabet n in the file 1.txt. Presence of alphabet 1 in file 1.txt. Now I remove the dot even. So when I remove the dot even, it was showing the characters n only. Before I put a dot. Dot means one more n and then one more character. So two characters. N plus one more character. So it was looking for two characters. Okay, can you see here? There is a difference between when you give only n, when you give n with a dot, when you give n with something else. Okay, even n with a plus. It's similar to the previous, the first output. Plus means, what do you call? Any number of characters. Okay, so plus means any number of characters. Okay, it was showing the same output. Okay, so here can you see n means it shows only one character, alphabet n. Wherever it appears, it is listing those lines. Okay, and n with the dot means one character only, n followed by one character. So n followed by one character, n followed by one character, and another one n followed by one character. And here this one n followed by one character with the plus. So n followed by one character, plus means any number of characters afterwards. So n followed by one character and then any number of characters afterwards. Okay. So this is the idea of this. Okay, let's see one more. Let's assume that use the same thing. Instead of n, I want to have maybe m. So m means the melon. Melon is also m, but you won't see. Okay, just a sec. You won't see m because this watermelon m is a capital letter. So in this case, if you want to ignore those capital letters, you can have hyphen I. So you will have melon. When I say M, I didn't see any output. When I say M with the hyphen I means ignore case. So it ignore the case. So capital M is identified. It find a match. Egrep is to find a match with the pattern that you give. So this is the pattern we are giving. It is finding the match for the pattern in your file. Okay, fine. No problem. Now let's go for options, this or that or something like that. Okay. So let's go for options. egrep. The options are like maybe you can have an or means horizontal bar, on or any options, maybe or. So enough, this is my pattern. Do you have an or on or or? Maybe I don't want to bother about the cases. I ignore the cases. In which file? File1.txt. So you have or. I ignore case. Okay, so O is capital letter, it's fine. I have an. I have an. I have another an. And on is here. Okay, so this is finding pattern by giving many options or with the or option. Okay, instead of giving one command, you can combine them in one command. Many patterns can be combined in one command. Horizontal bar is called as or. Okay, let's assume that you want to find names, the fruit name which start with a particular character. So egrep starting with a particular character, starting with. So for example, when you say w in file1.txt, it will show watermelon. It starts with w, but you say w like that. Okay, do the same thing with yum. When you say yum, it will find in anywhere in the string, anywhere in the name or in the sentence, in the statement, yum. But I want something start with. So how to do it? Start with means we have a caret symbol. No, you know the caret symbol, which is in near to the alphabet. Sorry, the digit 6. This symbol means beginning. This is the meaning, beginning. Okay, so let me put it inside. So beginning, if any name begins with yum, actually we don't have anything begins with yum. Let's say, is there anything begin with maybe a B? Okay, so we have banana which begins with B. Sometimes you have a range. So A to F, you have a range. So if you want to give a range, you give the range inside the bracket, square bracket. So maybe A hyphen F. So you just give it inside the square brackets. This is the range A to F. So I have apple, I have banana, I don't have anything start with C, D, E, F. So there is nothing. So only for A and B, I have it in my file, starting with. So let's try to, if you want to change the range, yeah, fine. You can change the range, whatever is it. Okay, fine. So this is you are playing with only one file. In one file, I'm finding a matching pattern. So I'm giving the pattern in the single quotation. You can have a pattern only, or you can have or option. You can have the range, and you can say starting with, or you can have ignore character, and we used the dot for one character plus for any number of character. So these symbols are given in the table, page number 7. Okay, so let's go back to, okay, let me clear the screen. Okay, now we have certain files now. I created file 1, I created file 2, and we have my log.txt. So we have many files now. So let's play with the files. Okay. Now egrep is for a particular file. When you want to find the matching phrase or matching pattern in a file, inside the content of the file, you go with egrep. Okay. Now you have many files. I don't care about particular file. I want a matching pattern in any of these files. So you are going to use grep. So this is for the grep. Grep means it will look into any file, all the files in the current directory. Well, what's my current directory, present working directory? My home directory. In my home directory, I may have many files. I'm going to find a matching pattern in any of these files. So that's the idea of grep. Okay. So let's say grep, I want to know, does any of the file contain an? Okay, this is the pattern or the phrase I'm going to find. Where I'm going to find, let me write asterisk. You know, asterisk means any files. So grep is going to find a pattern in any of the file. Okay, I give the file is asterisk means any file, and the pattern is an. So what it will show, see, it is now telling this file1.txt has this matching pattern. File1.txt has a matching pattern. That's it. And it lists everything. It is saying that degree is a directory, desktop is a directory, and document is a, because I say asterisk means it doesn't care about is it a file or a folder. It even checks the folder names. Okay, that's the thing. You give this kind of output. But if you want to have a proper output, mean to say, just I want the Ubuntu to search only the files. I don't want it to check the directories. So let's do the same command in a slight different manner. Grep, and then I'm going to search the phrase an in where I'm going to search. Asterisk means anything. It searches everything, files and folders and whatever. So that's what you got, this unnecessary output. So now I want it to search only the text file. So something dot txt. So how many txt file I have? File1.txt, file2.txt, mylog.txt. So I'm going to search only in those files. Okay. So actually only the file 1 has the matching pattern. Okay, let me change the phrase. Instead of an, er. So AR, for example, do I have the pattern AR? Of course, clear. Do you remember we had a mylog.txt has some statements called clear, clear, clear. So it ends with AR. Do you get the idea? So if you want to have something like, let me try with some other, okay, one more thing. If in case you want to find a pattern called BA, BA is there. You may have BA, but I want to ignore case. So hyphen I means ignore case. I want to know BA, where I want to find out in all the text files. Of course, banana BA is capital letter. As I said, ignore the case, it find out. If I don't say ignore the case, it won't find even that one output. Okay, let me remove it. So there is no output because there is no small case BA. I have only uppercase B and smaller case A. Do you get the idea? So this is one way of you can use the ignore case. Minus I means ignore case. Okay. So in this way you can say anything. So this is the way we have the grep command and egrep. Okay, grep and egrep we see now. Let's see one more. One more is like mixing something. You already studied the pipe command in the previous lab work. What is the pipe command actually? Let me recall back. You can combine two commands in one. Don't think that just like that you can combine anything. No, there is something. There is a meaning. There is some kind of thing you need to keep it in mind. So you are combining two commands means there should be a relation. What do you mean by relation is the output of the first command is given as the input to the second command. Remember, then only pipe command will work. You can't simply just like that combine two commands with no relation. It won't work. You won't see the output. You won't see the correct output. Okay. So what's the meaning of pipe command? The output of the first command can be given to the, it's given as an input to the second command. Okay. Let's clear the screen. So now I'm going to combine two things now. Okay, what is the two thing? Let's see, ls is, this is ls. ls means listing the files and folders in the current directory. Okay, and let me try to say one other thing. Grep, for example, I want to know whether do I have the name file. Okay, name file in the files and folders. So let's see, just wait for a while. Okay. So grep file asterisk. Asterisk means all. So we don't have file, the matching pattern file in any of the files. So that's thing, you have this output. There is no red color. Red color shows the matching pattern. I didn't see red color. So there is no matching pattern. Okay. Just hold on a second. Okay, so let's see the idea here. So I combine the two commands here. One is ls. Okay, let me clear and then I will show you. One is ls, another one is grep. So ls and then a pipe and then grep and then file. F-I-L-E file. So you have this output. I told you grep means it will look for a pattern, matching pattern. Okay, fine. So where it is looking for the matching pattern, it is looking for the matching pattern from the output of the ls. Do you get the idea? Because I combine the two using a pipe. So what is the ls? ls will list the files and folder. This is the output of ls. Can you see above? So this output of ls is given to the grep command. Okay, do you get the idea what is this meaning of this statement? Here the Ubuntu command, two commands in one, ls and grep. I combine using the pipe. What is the meaning of pipe? Output of the first command is given as input of the second command. So let's see. The first command is ls. What's the output of the ls? All these two lines are the output. So this output is given to the grep. Okay, so the grep takes this output and it searches for the matching pattern file. Of course, we have file1.txt, file2.txt. There is a matching pattern.